Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Coaching Think Talk. I am Life Coach Shaun, Joya, the man from Pasig City. I am from Life Coach Philippines, and this is Coaching for Workforce Management. And this coaching conversation are for people managers who are wanting to build an inspired and motivated workforce. And my mission is to be able to empower people to be mentally fit so that they can stay inspired to live a more meaningful and fulfilling life at work. Thank you for joining me live today, and please leave your digital footprints and let us know where you are presently coming from this wonderful Monday morning. Maybe you're having a cup of coffee this morning. Invite people in there, give them a shout out in there. You tag your friends and circulate this video, and let's reach more individual who might be in need of what I'll be sharing with you tonight. Let's have a coffee conversations this wonderful morning. Yeah, it's a Monday morning. If you're watching this on a replay, please do comment in there hashtag replay like what Coach Lynn is currently doing. Maraming salamat. Well, she's not putting in hashtag replay, but then just saying hi. Good morning, Coach Lynn. Thank you for being here. If you're gonna watch this on a replay, if you're watching me at a different time, type in their hashtag replay so we know that you are connecting with us. I am streaming by a FB page of Life Coach Philippines, and we are also live at YouTube channel Coach I-Connect. If you are new to both platforms, please either like, follow, and subscribe to the channel so that we can stay connected, we can stay updated for future learnings that we are doing. We're doing this every single day as our commitment, as our community service to those people that are in need of coaching and also in need of personal development. That hey, at times you don't really need to look far to look for a opportunity for you to continuously learn. Yan. Good morning. Yeah, Coach Joanna, thank you. Watching from Santa Cruz, Laguna. Thank you, Coach Joanna, for being here. If this is the first time you're joining me, if this is the first time you're seeing this face, if this is the first time that we have come across together, I am Life Coach Shaun De Hoya. I am a professional certified co-actively co-create life coach, and I'm also a certified mental health coach from Life Coach Philippines. I've worked in the corporate world for more than 14 years now. Currently, I am a workforce management consultant supporting call center operations business for one of the biggest IT and consulting firm in the world. Yan. I've been married for 19 years to a professional certified CACC life coach as well, and a certified mental health coach in the name of Coach Tin. You will hear her live later at 4 p.m. So if you want to know more about her and how she can help you, especially for those women out there who are a married woman, go jump in there at 4 p.m. Put that in your calendar and schedule a time with her, have a conversation with her, engage with her, and learn more how to be a better wife, a better a better woman, and a better suitable partner, yeah, for the husband. We also have two kids who are now teenagers. They're age 19 and 16. Very very super blessed with having kids. My daughter is now a entrepreneur. She's currently an animator, and she has her own business. And it's a wonderful feeling that as a parent you're able to help your children do the things that they love and love the things that they do, that they don't go on going to the same experience that you have, that you're trying to figure out what is it that we want to do in our life. Our focus when we were growing up is to have a college degree, find a good job, get promoted, buy a house, buy a car, maybe have a business, buy a farm maybe, or go somewhere, travel, and so on and so forth. And afterwards, you retire and you're dead, right? But I want to change that. I want to be able to change that for my children, and I think for most of us, we want to be able to change that as well. That's not going to be a monotonous. That it's going to be like a ladder approach. That hey, you need A B C D E F G until you reach this peak. But I tell you, that one, when you continue to do that, it's not going to be good for your mental health. I've experienced that. Most recently I was diagnosed with emotional dysregulation. One of the things and one of the reasons why at times I cannot really you know uh, cope up with certain emotions. When people are so emotional, either I do two things. Well, I get angry, or I wall up, or I flee. I leave that space behind, because my mind and my emotions cannot manage it and cannot take care of such emotion. And that is what I'm working right now. I've been in partnership with Master Coach A. Most recently, I've invested in her 1 year coaching program, which is a coaching program that allows me to find out deeply who I am, find out deeply what being human is really all about, and understanding what are the things that we've carried on in our life, in our career, that kind of worked for us before because we were achieving something, far-fetched, and something much, much bigger because we're thinking about our family, we're thinking about our kids, we're thinking about other people. But eventually, we have this turmoil. I call it turmoil because there's a lack of synergy between your inner game and your outer game. And it starts to question you in time, asking yourself that, hey, is this really me? Or is this someone that I have just created for the sake of being safe? Yeah, and probably Coach Candy is there as well, would probably relate with me, that you would tell yourself that, oh, I thought I was me, but I guess I am not me. So you need to start creating and start building from the ground up, until you eventually find who you really are, what your heart is really desiring, and what are you made for this world. And that is something that's a beautiful program. And if something that you want to get to know more, just feel free to message me or message us here at Life Coach Philippines, or you can connect with Coach Candy there as well. Ask her how this program is empowering individuals to be deliberate in all the things that we do. And today, I'm going to talk about cruise control, the power of deliberate practice. This is one of the things that has shown, given me so much great effort, so much great value on the things that I do at work, and even in my life coaching profession, and even in the relationship that create, is really deliberate practice. And deliberate practice is what turns amateurs into professional. So if you are someone who wants to be a professional life coach, a professional basketball player, a professional, a doctor, maybe a nurse, maybe an engineer, these are the things. Coach Lynn is an engineer safety. She's focused in workplace safety, emotional safety. And this is something that we can start working on. We can start improving. And when we say deliberate practice, and when we hear the word practice, it means preparing. Yeah, practice means preparing. And it's an act of repeatedly performing certain activities with the intention of improving a specific skill associated to what you want to develop. So think about one moment right now. Think about one thing that you are working on or you are developing on, that will allow you to be a better person, a better in the work that you do, a better in your profession, a better in your business. What is it that one thing that you are working on towards, perfecting it or mastering it? Yan, remove natin yung perfection. Let's take a vacation for perfection, mastering such skill. And deliberate practice, yan, I want you to hear this. When you say deliberate practice, it's always about looking for errors or areas of weaknesses. You say, what, coach? Di ba dapat sa workplace, we don't need to be looking for our weaknesses and errors, and we need to be strengthening our strengths, and our weaknesses needs to be parked and not paid attention on. Well, I tell you, uh, if you wanna be an expert in your field, you need to find ways in the areas where you will look for certain errors or weaknesses in the way you feel, in the way you think, and the way that you act. It's not just a behavior that we need to focus on. I've learned that the hard way, because I thought that when you are deliberately developing yourself, you just need to focus on behavior. And I tell you, the way that everything starts really starts from the mind and the way that we think. And sometimes it can be challenging for us to monitor our progress. I don't know about you. One of the things that I've really struggled upon when I started with life coaching is to monitor my progress on an individual level, because we got used to managing our performance on a metric level, right? KPI, like who has experience here, having to manage your KPI, like maybe your attendance, your performance, if you are working in the call center industry, AHT, service level, these are the things that you need to manage. And in sports, this is easy as well, pretty much standard. Coach Maan there is a sports, it's a coach in football, and it's one of the things that you have a standard in tracking. It has measurement, that standards on the way that you see it. And however, it is also very invaluable for improving our performance in the field of teaching. If you are a teacher, if you are a coach, if you're a public speaker, if you are a writer, these are the things that you can utilize. And being intentional living is one of the things that Coach Nordering is doing. Being intentional, being deliberate in the practice, and developing certain areas of a profession, a talent, a skill that you have. So the key here, I'll give you three keys that you can start taking a look at. The three key points here that I'm sharing to you, and as we start on, is when you want to be intentional or deliberate in your practice, you need to identify objectives, standards of performance. Identifying what is the standard. What is it that we need to baseline. Call that baselining on what you need to do, so that that, hey, you will start here to eventually work on that out. Then study top performers. Study top performers. That means that you will create, you will focus on the people that are already there. Study how they have worked on their performance. Eventually, they became successful in all of the things that they do, and design a practice activities reflecting on what they do. One of the things that we have been doing ever since 3 years ago is to invest in class, invest in coaching with Master Coach A, because Master Coach A is one of the standard of performance that I'm, baselining, and I want to have something that I can start working on. Of course, it's still going to be me, right? But it's a baseline that you work on creating, having a mindset that, hey, if you want to be a top performer, this is the kind of person that you need to follow. You need to take a look at. You need to review. You need to research on how they are doing things. And the faster way to do that is, to invest on training with them. And remember, success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. If you are not following, trailing, going back to how the success path of this person is, I tell you, maybe you'll achieve success in the future. Maybe you will. But how fast it is, well, depends on how fast you can move, how fast you can learn, how fast you can teach, how fast you can maintain things. But the fastest way is, I tell you, to invest on gurus, invest on masters, invest on master classes for you to fast track your learning. And I'm just looking at the comment section. Coach Lin, thank you very much. Practice equals preparing. I'm mastering tribe building. Yes. I'm excited. Next year, I'm gonna enroll next year for batch number 2. I'm looking forward for that. Super excited on what's gonna yet to come in there. All right. So learn from the best of those who have came before us, who figured it out already. I'm gonna repeat that. Learn from the best of those who have came before us, who figured it out already. And this is the reason why we continue to invest on learning, as I've said, with Master Coach A. Because why? It will take years for you, years for me, to become better and in my own. And if you want to fast track your mastery, you want to fast track your learnings, you want to fast track all of the things that you learn, invest in thought leaders and practice what they preach. And what usually happens is many people would spend most of their time practicing different skills in their life, and at their work, they're doing different things. They do want to do this and that and so on. Now, the challenge there is, we don't really automatically become better because we use so much of our energy in different ways and different activities. Based on research, it suggests that in areas such as medicine, research in medicine, people with many experiences are often no better than novice. This is a sad reality. This is research, by the way. This is not me, huh? Just read it. And even they may be worse. And the best way to improve our skill is to first know exactly what has to change and what might get us there. So think about your current situation right now, your current space right now. What is it that one thing that you need to improve as far as your skill is concerned that will allow you to move to the next step of your career, your leadership style, your management style, your being a parent. Maybe you're a parent. Yesterday when we were having a session, I was having a coaching session with Master Coach A. We talk about why is it that people focus too much on being a leader, but at work there's no such role that people are calling, or job description, that you are a leader. It's management. It's top management, middle management, supervisor, team leader, and so on. People are never called a leader, that you need to be a lead, you need to be a head. What we need to do in our job description is manage people. So there's kind of a turmoil in there on what a leader is and what a manager is. And I was reflecting on it, and I realized that I'm not really a leader. I am someone who is a manager. I want to manage people. I don't want to lead people. You lead yourself. That's why I'm really advocating self-leadership. Lead yourself. And eventually, when you lead yourself, then that's the time that you make decision to follow a leader. And Master Coach A has created uh, something that I've realized, that the leader, for me anyway, is God. Follow the leader and follow God and the things that you need to do. But that is for me. At the end of the day, you choose who the person you want to be a leader with, and that is something that you can do, right? Now, when you are clear in what skill do you want to improve, because if you're not clear with this, I tell you, you're gonna have a tendency to stagnate. If you're not clear of what specific skill you want to develop, why you want to develop it, and what are the things that you need to change, I tell you, stagnation would happen. Maybe you've experienced that. I've experienced that in time. Something that hopefully I could have learned early on, but of course, things happen. And something that I would want you to take a look at and reflect on. When you are deliberately practicing, it allows us to reinforce what we've learned and maintain the skills we gathered. So, what are the skills that you gathered? You gather the skills that you probably, based on your experience, based on your learnings, based on your research. These are all skills that you gather, you generate, you reflect on, you have insights on. Maybe you put notes in there like Coach Lin. Yeah, we should manage things and lead people. O, di ba, Coach Lin does a lot of journaling. Why is deliberate practice important? Why is it important? You would ask, Coach, why are you talking about deliberate practice? 3 points. Number one, deliberate practice is important because it allows you to reach expert level performance, and have the unfair advantage. Why? Because not a lot of people are deliberately practicing specific skills, specific talents, specific knowledge, specific areas of their lives that they want to improve. Because they tend to go spratly. The energy goes spratly, and the improvement is spratly too. And that's number one. Number two, why do you need to deliberately practice? Why is it important? Because you won't experience in stagnation when you develop a skill, because you're always developing a certain skill. When you develop it, you move to the next, and so on and so forth. And you don't go on changing your energy, shifting towards different things at a certain time. Number three is your skill will improve much faster than through regular practice. Like, how often are you doing regular practice compared to deliberate practice? Me, probably most of the time, yeah, regular practice, but not really that deliberate. But I've learned that when you are intentional about it, that you would be really putting down, okay, what is it that you want to have a test list. I started changing the way that I do my daily journal and my scheduling. Before, I put in to-do list. I scrap that because to-do list is just, you just need to complete it just for the heck of doing it. But when you just change it into to test list, it makes the decision on what to test more deliberate. Yeah. So what is your to test list today? And what is that one to test list that you have? Right? Now, if you are only doing things for fun and don't really care about the constant improvement in what you do, you don't need to deliberate practice. I mean, it's okay. You would say, Coach, I don't really want to develop this. I just want to enjoy it. It's okay. It's okay. You don't need to do it. Very good example here. If you're biking around, for example, and you just want to enjoy the scenery, you just want to enjoy the person that you're with, that's okay. You don't need to time how much you're traveling, how fast you're going, how slow you're traveling, what kind of tire you're using, and so on and so forth. Yeah, yeah. You don't have to complicate things. That's okay. Just enjoy that. Enjoy that. All right. If you are losing weight, however, if you're planning to lose weight, you want to be physically fit. You want to feel that you have that in your body. You want to feel that you're energized. It's best for you to deliberately practice tracking your weight. Tracking your weight can be having a weighing scale. You can start doing that on certain times, certain intervals. What you can also do is monitor your calorie intake. There are apps in there that allows you to at least have an estimate of how you're tracking as far as calorie, so that you can maintain your physical fitness. Now, these are the things that you can simply do if you want to deliberately practice. But again, if you're just doing something for fun, no need to complicate things. No need to track a lot of different things. Just enjoy your moment and enjoy your time. Yan. Coach Lin, ayan. Ang galing nun, Coach, to test list, applying. Yes, ayan. Alam mo, Coach Lin, I've thought about that on how my brain would be intentional and deliberate about it. And I was looking for the right words, and eventually I found it. But it took me some time. So I'm giving that to you all. Practice it. Take a look at it. If it's something that your mind would calibrate and something that would align to you, and share that with other people as well. If it works for you, if not, just find new words. And I'm still doing deliberate practice. I'm practicing, okay, which word would align, would connect with me, so that I would be able to take action, because words matter. The words that you use really matter. I tell you, it can either make you or break you in the process. So be intentional. Don't beat yourself. Okay. Now, if you have tried, if you are tired of trying a lot of things and are already in a space that you want to have a quick fix, you want overnight, this is not the place for you. I'm not teaching you a quick fix overnight solution. No, 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 no. So if that is something that you're looking for, not this space. But again, I'm sure that you've done a lot of different things already. You've taken so much time already. So this is the path less traveled. If you want the path less traveled, but you will hit the mark, you are in the right space. So don't leave. Don't leave. If that is something that you want, if it's an overnight thing, I tell you, I don't believe in all overnight thing. If you want the real deal, it takes time. It takes time, and that's okay. That's okay, because it's not the results that's important, but it's who you are becoming in the process that is important. Now, what am I teaching you right now is not an overnight success. It's a process that works by creating a success path that improves your performance. Now, if you are been hearing the MBAs, the Master Builder Apprentice, sometimes they talk about this success path. This is something that I tell you, when you're able to learn this, and if you are someone who is a coach right now, you are part of Life Coach Philippines, join us in batch 2 of MBA. I'm looking forward, really excited for that. When you are a practitioner and you focus above all on what you can't do, all on what you can't do, it makes the journey far, far better. And we say, Coach, bakit na naman? Why are we now focusing on what you can't do? Believe me, this will work a lot. Don't focus on what you can do. Focus on what you can't do right now and make a shift and make a change. Why? Because when you're focusing on what you can't do, you're focusing towards taking action and improving the things that you need to do, or going away, far, far away from the things that would put you in a space of death. Inversion, if you know Charlie Munger is using inversion, he's trying to find out the things that will not, that's going to get good for him or put him into debt. So that is what we're doing right now. Explore the areas of your weaknesses that you have, which impacts your overall performance, and you eventually work on it. And this is where, programs that creates tailor-fitted measurable goals in order to gauge our performance, in order to gauge our effectivity, order to engage what we practice, what we progress moving forward. These are the things that we need to start taking a look at. Like for now, at this very moment, take a look at your notes, take a look at your laptop, take a look at some of the things that you do, like a whiteboard marker or a corkboard. How intentional or how you know deliberate are you in tracking your progress? Do you have a tracker right now? Is that something available? Or maybe you're like me who puts everything in my head. Oh, coach, I track everything in my head. I've done that as well, by the way. So not good for your mental health. It's gonna affect your mental health. That's why I started writing things down. And knowing the numbers, it what makes you motivated to continue. And I tell you, when you're able to see your progress, you're able to see the things that's changing, you're able to see improvement. I'm just looking for my notes in here. I want to share it to you. And these are the things that you need to take a look at. These are what you need to find out. This is what the things that you need to focus on. And why do you need to look out for it? Well, you need to look out for it because, again, three things. You need to know what you are working on. Like, what is it that you're working on right now as a deliberate practice, as a deliberate thing that you want to improve? That's one. Number two is you need to know why you are working on it. So the first one is you need to know what you are working on. The second is you need to know why you are working on it. And the third is how you intend to improve it. Like, how do you intend to improve in a specific skill, a specific talent? Or maybe you've tried it back in December, transitioning to New Year. Yeah, you have a list of New Year resolutions. Where are you at right now? So far, by far. How many have you accomplished deliberately? How many have you created a plan and step-by-step process for you to be better? Mindset plays a big role reminding yourself why you're putting the effort to improve. It plays a big role. And this is what, Coach Lynn has shared today. The 10,000 experiment comes in, the 10,000 experiment rule, mental model, which will allow you to continue trying new things. At times, failure, sometimes we get disappointments from other people and we tend to stop and throw away the towel. If you are in that space now, if ever in the future you come into the space, tell yourself that, hey, 10,000 hour, 10,000 practice, 10,000 experiment. If you don't have 10,000 yet, that's why it's a value in tracking, then don't stop. It will allow you to continue on trying new things, trying new tactics to achieve your goals. And if things aren't working for you, don't fret. It's okay. It's okay. No one really cares. I tell you, no one really cares. Uh, get excited. Get excited finding other ways that make things work. Get excited that, hey, this will work. Okay, well, what would I do now? Because when you start and when you continue to identify your weaknesses and you are deliberately working on that and making the necessary steps to improve. Now, you might have tried a lot of different things already. Maybe you've invested on other people. Maybe you've invested on famous people. Maybe you've invested on training. Maybe you've invested in professional support. And you're not achieving the results that you wanted to work on. You put your time, your money, your effort, but it seems like you're not really getting the result that you want at work. You're not getting noticed. People are not looking at you as an expert. The promotion that you've been working for, talking about, asking about has been delayed for years. I tell you, get a life coach. Get a life coach in there. Get a life coach in your side. A life coach will help you create a plan so that you can work on the actions in small chunks or components. In life coaching, we starts with the fundamental, the foundation. The foundational works is the one that will allow you to move up far, far than you can ever imagine where you are today. Because when you're able to do that, when you're able to start building from the ground up, it changes the way that you see yourself because it makes you feel humble. You are the one who's going to decide which part that you would want to work with. If you have a coach, you are going to be master over a specific items, timelines. Both of you and the coach will agree on it. And this is about, in Life Coach Philippines, co-actively co-creating with you on how the sessions would look like, how the how the class sessions would look like, what the toolkit is, where you want to focus on. These are the skills that you can continue on to develop. And also in life coaching, we teach our clients to take abdication from perfection. If you are someone like me who are in that space of always trying to be perfect in this not so perfect world, we allow and we really give that space for the individuals to take a vacation from perfection. It means, you know, when you plan, it's not always going to be perfect. And that's totally okay. It's okay. That is the beauty because you can modify it along the way. And that is where life coaching comes in because it helps you discover new things and also discover unexpected weaknesses. Because we have blind spots. We have things that we don't see and things that we're doing that's not serving us. Because it's not that we're bad people. It's just like that's what society has created for us. But who said that we need to comply to society? Let's stop that. It's not good for our mental health. We don't need to conform into this world. We need to start to renew our mind. And the most important thing is that you are always going to practice with a plan for what you are working on and how you are working on it. Remember that during the pandemic, we need not to waste our time. We need not to waste our relationship. We don't need to waste on aiming, aimlessly to what we can't measure. You don't need to figure it out on your own. You don't have to struggle. Yeah. It's about time that we raise our hands and say, "Hey, coach, I can't do it on my own. I need help," and that's okay. That's totally okay. Me, situation where I'm Superman. I am Superman, and I don't need help. But you can only do so much on your own. Successful people have coaches. They have coaches who help them achieve the next level performance in their life, in their career, in their business, and all of the things that they do, and even in their relationship. Because a coach keeps you focused. Are you ready to keep focused? As I end this conversation, let me invite you to be part of what we are doing as an organization of professional certified life coach. I would like to invite you, if you are not yet a smart holder of the Be Learning e-card, I'm inviting you personally to join us as a mental model collector. Most of the coaches that you see in there are bronze mental model collectors. Give a shout out in there, bronze model collectors. Maraming po salamat. Be part of the Be Learning Society. It's the 10th maker of Be Learning homes for mental fitness. What you will get here when you subscribe every month, you get a 5% food and beverage discount at Cup Coffee Republic. And you also get to have a full access pass in the live monthly mental model masterclass by Master Coach A. Plus a 90-minute free coaching session with senior coach from Life Coach Philippines. And next month, save the date. It's going to be another mental model masterclass of Master Coach A, and she's going to talk about or teach us top leadership mental model masterclass. I'm looking forward to that. This is going to be on 23rd of October. You still have plenty of time to start working on your finances. And I tell you, it's super cheap. The class is super cheap, and you get a lot of learnings in there. This is going to be via Zoom at 7 p.m. If you can turn your head knowledge into a viral high price information product, how would the future look like for you if you're able to manufacture almost everything and anything in your head into something that's a breakthrough product? Learn the thought leadership mental model, and discover how the 21st century knowledge entrepreneur can change this world. Join the Mental Model Masterclass for free when you become a B-Learning e-card holder. Connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661 to know more about the membership benefits of the B-Learning Society. If you are new to the concept of mental model, it's the framework, it's our concept, it has perspective of how we see the world, how we process things, how we think of people, how we see people, and this allows us to, remove those cognitive biases that doesn't create better relationship. It's very important because it's a foundation that you can use in your relationship, in your work, in all of the things that you do, especially if you want to be successful in your work. It's something that you can take advantage of. So again, a lot of other things that you can use mental models. Just connect with Coach Rizal, 0917-586-1661 to know more about the benefits in there. Lastly, I would also like to invite you, if you want to intend on embark on becoming a certified life coach, Master Coach A is now offering co-actively co-create life coach certification program. This is CPD accredited already, and this is a comprehensive program or a comprehensive approach of learning and mastering life coaching as an active process of creating new path to achieving results in life. So success is inevitable whatever happens in every coaching relationship. It includes a 21-day web-based learning. It also includes 3-day live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach, and also a 3-day business bootcamp. If you want to monetize this, it's something that you can do with a senior coach. The program package comes with many other bonuses. The 3-day live coaching bootcamp will happen on October 3, 9, and 16. Malapit na siya. Connect with Coach Rizal. Again, this is CPD accredited already activity. Connect with Coach Rizal the soonest, 0917-586-1661 to discover opportunities waiting for you in this profession. All right. So thank you everyone for joining me. I hope you've learned something in there. Get your hashtag pack my moments in there. Share that in the digital space. Share that with people that you love, you care for. Do join us again for another episode, coaching conversations later with Coach Maan at 2 p.m. for coaching for healthy mind space, and coaching for Coach Tin, my better half, at 4 p.m. for coaching for relationship. All right? Once again, maraming salamat. This is Life Coach Shaun from Life Coach Philippines for Coaching Think Talk. Coaches like us think and talk like this. This is us from the Philippines. La bam boom, la bam boom, la bam boom. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.